Hello, friends. Namaste. Thank you for tuning in to another week of Church with Jess. That's me. Sorry, still no gimmicks. Maybe that's a good thing though. Who needs gimmicks, right? There's more important things. It's about the message, right? Anyways, thank you again for tuning in. I'll try to not make it so long this time. I know last week I went a little crazy, but that was a really thorough reading. So this week I am using a different deck yet again. This one is, it's not quite as intense of a reading as the other two. It is the Peace Oracle. This is one of my newer decks, so I personally am still getting used to it and learning about it and everything. But I think this was a pretty good reading that I did that I'm gonna share with you. And I actually I took notes this time and highlighted passages, so I'm like a little more prepared. I have some potpourri that I made. I don't know if you could see that. Oops, you see all my bags. Potpourri. It's hard when I turn the camera around because I don't know what you're seeing. Anyways, I was juicing earlier and I threw some lemon rinds in there because I hate to waste them. There's so much oil, natural oil in the rind of the lemon that smells so fragrant. I just boiled it in some water and I added a little lavender, dried lavender. You could also do whatever you have. You could do cloves, cinnamon sticks, anything that's like fragrant will work great. I just boil it, bring it to a boil and just let it simmer for a bit and just let all the natural aroma come out. It's like a kitchen trick that we used to do back in the day when I worked at Zolo's. Shout out to Zolo's. Anyways, okay, so let's get started. Oh, I have my Jules Couture shawl on. Shout out to my friend Jules. Nomina Gypsy, I love you and I miss you. She's awesome. She makes all this really cool macrame stuff. Anyways, so let's get started. So this reading is just a simple 3-card reading. Where usually in 3-card readings, the first card represents the past, the second card or the middle card represents the present, and the third or final card represents the future. And so for this specific deck, you write down a question that you have. Usually it's something that somehow you can make it to pertain to yourself, but I'm doing these readings for like the world and for Earth, and so I kind of did a question to pertain to that, and then you try to answer your question after you've done the reading and reflected on it. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. So my question, I just asked, will the human race survive itself? And for my past influence card, I drew patience. The images, the cards themselves too, they're really glossy and the images are really awesome. That's the back. I was really drawn to this. I got this deck when I was in San Francisco in the Haight-Ashbury district, which I love. Awesome, like mega crystal shop, and I cannot walk by a crystal shop and not go in, so it was like, Anyways, past influence is patience. I'll let you reflect on that image and what patience means to you. So I'm going to read from the Peace Oracle Guidebook. Tony Carmine Salerno and Leela J. Williams, that's who wrote this. Patience. So it always starts with a quote. Your mind will answer most questions if you learn to relax and wait for the answer. William S. Burroughs. There's no hurry. Savor the journey. Old patterns unravel and reweave. Time is not your master. Be patient. Divinatory meaning. Mull over a problem for as long as you need. Rushing leads to a loss of time or trust. I just highlighted the passages I thought were important. And then at the bottom, it has an affirmation that you can contemplate on when you are thinking of the image of the card. I am cool, calm, and composed. What I don't grasp today will grasp me tomorrow. Information, solutions, inspiration, and love come to me in perfect timing. I'm happy to wait for just the right moment. I know it will come. I breathe in. I breathe out. And I'm at peace. So I just made some notes on that. And I just said, in the past, we didn't feel the need to hurry as we do now. I'm thinking like the way back in the day. We didn't feel the need to hurry as we do now. Life was more leisurely and appreciated and honored. With the rise of the technological age, it's all hurry up and wait. We want instant gratification. We just expect everything right now at our fingertips. We can't wait. And I think it's so important to just breathe and just practice patience and know that everything's not just going to fall right in your lap. Remember, you have to be open to receive in order to receive. And don't just, you can't just expect things. You have to do the work, whether that's self-work, whether that's physical work, whatever it is you need to do. Patience is just so important. I think we've lost that. And I think in the past, we maybe had that a lot more. And maybe just in the last, couple hundred years or so, we have started to lose that. And maybe that's something we need to get back to, especially in times like this where, we are literally being just given time, and I know that there are people that are suffering, but there's a lot of people who are just stuck at home, just waiting around, waiting for things to go back to normal. And it's like, I hear people say, oh, they're bored, there's nothing to do, they're just, and I think a lot of us are just afraid to just be alone with ourselves and our thoughts. And I think that we need to take this time to really grow, just spiritually, emotionally, however it is that we need to grow. Just do some soul searching. This is a great time for us creative types, to just create. We have so much space to create right now. I honestly can't wait to see what comes out on the other side of this. I think it's going to be amazing. And I think just be patient, just breathe, just know that, everything's a cycle and life is not going to be perfect all the time. We all expect happy endings and everything's perfect and we're going to get everything that we want, and that's just not how it is all the time. And I just think in general, the human race and earth just goes through these cycles of things might be really good for a while, and then we have to deal with pain and suffering. It's just part of the human experience. So really, just to sum it up, is just breathe in, breathe out, have patience, just try to have patience. We'll get to the other side of this. Things will get better, things will improve. Hopefully our way of life can improve, and hopefully we realize that we don't need to go around rushing all the time, and we can appreciate, stop and smell the roses, as they say. We can just appreciate the beauty in the world and the earth and take care of it. Okay, moving on. The present situation. The card is treasure. This might be backwards to you guys. The camera just tends to flip things around, but it says treasure. Cool image. I really like these images. I was super just attracted to this deck for some reason. It just kept appearing to me in different spots in the shop, and I was like, I think I need this. So I'm still learning it though. Treasure. Treasure. We can only be said to be truly alive in those moments when our hearts are conscious of treasures. Conscious of treasures. Thornton Wilder. Strive for peace as you would an oasis in the desert. In times of trouble, we realize the true value of harmony, love, comfort, compassion, a trusted companion, a kind stranger. What value can you bring to the world today? The divinatory meaning. The ability to nurture, heal, lead, or inspire is rewarded. Extra care or diligence brings a return. The affirmation. I treasure peace. I work for peace. Peace fulfills me. I reach for love as it reaches for me. My heart is a treasure. My heart is a treasure chest of beauty and riches. As I give of my treasures, I am replenished. My value is inherent and recognized. My actions are rewarded. Powerful, powerful words. My notes on this, sorry. My notes on treasure. Current situation, present. The world, its people, are coming together in harmony as we are all suffering the same. I said that before, like this is a world issue, the entire world. Doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter what class you're associated with, doesn't matter if you're male or female, rich or poor, gay or straight, doesn't matter. We're all going through this. So the world, its people are coming together in harmony as we're all suffering the same, realizing we are the same, no matter where we're from or what our background. We're harmonizing for once instead of fighting. We are meeting our neighbors again, playing outside, striving for love and companionship. The real test will be the lesson. Can we learn it and use it? Can we change the world and our fate? You know, I think that we're being kind of forced to do things that we kind of have forgotten about. I'm loving seeing like kids playing outside and people talking to their neighbors. I know some people who, after living in a place for 5-6 years, are like just meeting their neighbors, you know, and that's crazy. So like we're all here, we're all doing this life thing together. We're all citizens of this world, and like divided we fall. That's so true. Like we've been so like at odds with each other, and we need to find some common ground, and we need to find some peace and harmony. And I talk about the lesson, and I've talked before about how much the earth is healing itself, how it's just naturally healing itself with all of this, with less human interaction and disturbance. But you know what? I'm going to the store, the grocery stores, which are crazy right now. Props to all the people that are working in the grocery stores. I started my career in grocery, and I get it. And right now it's crazy. I can't I can't even imagine, you know, like just going to the store for me. It's like, I don't want to be there. And I'm so thankful for all these people that are getting up and going to work every day and putting their lives at risk, basically. But anyways, we need to, you know, appreciate them more. And, you know, they're telling us all that we should be wearing masks and gloves when we go out and sanitizing things and really being careful. And one thing I want to say about that is, excuse me, gloves, there's such a misconception about gloves. People think that like just having gloves on is going to keep you safe. Well, you know, they will but you can't touch other things and then touch your face. You know, you can't touch other things and adjust your mask when you've already touched who knows like what is on the surface of things that you've touched, you know. Don't touch other people when you have gloves on, and change them frequently. So just remember that, you know, just because you're wearing them doesn't mean you're protected. Same goes with the mask. But anyways, just a note about the grocery stores and about gloves and masks and all that. I am seeing when I'm going to the grocery store, I'm going once or twice a week, and I'm seeing used gloves and masks and wipes in the shopping carts and on the ground, in the parking lot, on the sidewalk. And like, that's just disgusting. I'm sorry, but who do you think is gonna clean up for you? Who's gonna pick that up? I mean, that's really unfair. And to like give that extra work to the grocery store clerks that are already putting their health at risk, and now they have to clean up your dirty gloves and your dirty masks that you've touched, that you've breathed on. That's just like so disrespectful to them. And as far as like leaving the trash on the ground, on the sidewalks, on the streets, in the parking lots, like, what are you thinking? I mean, I just don't get that. And I'm not just talking about now. It's just, this is an ongoing problem. We create so much waste as humans, you know, because we've created all these things. You know, other animals, they don't leave this trail of destruction. It's us, it's human beings, and we need to be more responsible. We need to use things that are good for our planet, that are natural, that, you know, we need to stop using such harsh chemicals, and we need to use things that are made from recycled materials and renewable resources. You know, I think that the earth is healing so much, and we have to do our part to allow it to heal and to allow it to get better. You know, it's going to be a real test when we come out on the other side of this. Are we going to go right back to, you know, and this is a general statement. Obviously, I know there's a lot of really good people in the world that are doing the right thing as well. But in general, as a race, as a planet, are we going to go right back to just doing the destructive things that we're so used to doing, or can we change our ways? And I think that's why it's so important, like why this time in a way is a blessing, because we can really like do that work and that soul searching, and we can hopefully realize and see the evidence of our planet healing, and realizing that, wow, you know, this is happening because there's less human interaction with the world. And like, so what are we doing that's caused the earth to hurt so much, you know? And maybe we can go ahead and make those changes so that it can just keep getting better, and that we can truly save our planet. That's my 2 cents. Okay, so thank you for listening. Moving on to our final card for today. It's just a 3-card spread, so hopefully I won't really go past the 30-minute mark today, and you guys can get back to whatever you're doing. Thank you for watching. My foot is falling asleep. It's very uncomfortable. So this third card represents the future. To me, I think it's like the result if we, maybe if we do what we need to do. It's pathways. It kind of looks like Jesus, like white Jesus. He obviously, there's no way he was white. That's funny to me. Anyways, I don't know. That's just what it looks like to me. I'm not religious in any way. And this is not affiliated with any religion, but that's just what the image looks like to me. And I see like trees, like roots of trees that are just like intertwining with the man in the image. I think that's cool. Tree hugger for life. Okay, so let me read to you what is written about pathways and what that means. I did mark my place, I swear. I'm just having trouble flipping to it with one hand. Oops. I'm not the best cameraman either. Okay, pathways. I was born very far from where I was supposed to be, and so I'm on my way home. Bob Dylan. Hidden roads to other possibilities and realities are open to you right now. Whichever path you choose, there'll be no need for turning back. All roads lead to the same sweet destination. When the mind is calm and you know where you long to be, you'll find your way home. The divinatory meaning: feeling as if you've gone off track, aimless activity or lack of direction, a need for clarity and purpose. When you know where you want to go, your journey truly begins. Everything is possible. This is the affirmation. Everything is possible through love. Love, love, love. I walk the road to my dreams and live an inspiring and fulfilling life. God is my companion. I'm eternally loved and guided. There are no wrong turns, only intersecting detours and side lessons. All roads lead to peace. I walk them with love. Love again. What does that mean to you? Well, to me, pathways says we don't have to stay on the road that we're on. We can change our ways and we can change our path. The human race is way off track and we have to find our way back. We can't turn back. We can't turn back and go back in time and change anything. But we as people can pave the way for a better future. And that kind of just goes back to what I was saying before. And I think like for us to get to that future, even the very near future, when we get through this craziness, we have to choose the right path. We have to make a decision. Like I said, are we going to go back to business as usual, like doing doing things the way that we've been doing them? I don't think that that's a great idea, because we know where that's going to lead, and that's just going to lead to destruction and chaos. And I think just as a race, like, we need to really see this as a lesson. This right now, the present, this is the lesson and the pathway, and choosing the right path and making the changes, that's the future. That's the future to a better planet, a better world, a healthier population, just in general, just a better place for all of us to live. We're all living here, we always want to like separate ourselves with walls and fences and borders and boundaries, but the truth is we are all members of the human race, and we are all inhabiting the earth, and we really, really, really need to do our part and do a whole lot better at taking care of our planet. So for me, Okay, so I told you at the beginning, this deck, you're supposed to ask a question and then answer it with, the cards that you've drawn and, how you've interpreted them. You're supposed to like just kind of bring it all together and answer your own question. So, my question was, will the human race survive itself? And what I mean by that is just everything that I've kind of been talking about is just, can we get past like just the way that we're programmed to just like do things, to just follow, to just be sheep and just do what we're told and take things at face value and believe everything we hear and see and just whatever, keep on doing things the way we're doing. Can we be better? Can we become better? Can we change? Can we change from within so that we change the outside, our reality, basically. So my answer was that we don't have to be doomed if we can find our way back to who we were meant to be. And when I say that, I just mean, we're all here. I really think that we're all here for a reason. We all have our own individual purpose. And I think that just with everything that society, throws at us, we feel like we have to be this person or that person, and we don't really know who we are, and we lose sight of what we're supposed to do and doing that soul searching to figure out what is our true path in this world, what is our purpose, what is our destiny. I think if you can sit with yourself, and if you can do soul searching, and if you can figure that out, if we as a collective world can do that and figure that out and get back on our paths and stop worrying so much about what everybody else is doing and worrying about like who we are in a group instead of like who we truly are on the inside, then I think that we can save ourselves and we can get back to who we're meant to be, so that the human race is not doomed, and that we can grow, and that we can be better, and we can heal our planet, and that's what I think. Obviously, this is not meant. The cards are not meant to like tell the future. It's just to gain clarity on a question, on a situation, and really like it's just talking through things and looking at images and words and figuring out what they mean to you and interpreting them in the way that, that's what I interpret them in the way that they just like speak to me, and I can come up with a conclusion on my own. So yeah, that was my question. Will the human race survive itself? And my answer was we don't have to be doomed if we can find our way back to who we were meant to be. Anyways, that wraps up another week of Church with Jess. It was a bit shorter service today. It's a busy day. So much to do, so much to be grateful for. Gratitude is so important. Like, find things to be grateful for every single day. It's life-changing. It really is. And we all should be grateful. We shouldn't take anything for granted. So do that. Find your gratitude. And namaste. I love you all. Thank you so much. Hug a tree. Love the earth. I'm a tree hugger for life ever since I was a kid. But anyways, it feels good. It's really awesome. So take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. Clean up after yourselves. Please clean up after yourselves and be responsible for yourselves, and do some soul searching. Look within yourself. Figure out who you are and what your path is and what you want to do next and what you want to do and who you want to be when we come out on the other side of this. And don't forget to tune in next Wednesday. I will have another Church with Jess video. Thank you so much. Namaste.